I think he was listening to the show and snuck in here, but he did have some good bargains. You get a $159 room in New York at that place called the Affinia Gardens. That's a pretty good rate, Paul Stern.
Definitely a good rate, and of course, looking forward to again Valentine's Day coming up, and of course, a lot of people out there looking for romantic restaurants. That's always a popular, I think, thing to do on Valentine's Day, finding a nice romantic restaurant. I know our very own Eric Hines. I don't know how romantic it can get when you bring a coupon or a Groupon into the equation, but he recently went to a restaurant, kind of a pre-Valentine's Day dinner out at a restaurant called the Porterhouse Bistro.
Yeah, we talked about that, he and I, on the air, and this, I guess, was a pretty good place over there. He gets those Groupons. They've been advertising Groupon around in places.
Yeah, and I got to kind of commend young Mr. Hines for being the first, I think, member of the What's Cooking program to kind of get on into the spirit of Valentine's Day, kind of scooping to a certain degree. You're scooting it yourself.
He took the little woman out with him, and I believe tonight he's taking the wife. So that's a pretty good thing, I think, that he's got going there.
Indeed, he does certainly have something got going over there. One of the things that I found very, very interesting, he went to a restaurant called the Porterhouse Bistro, and to my knowledge, neither he nor his wife ordered anything that I don't think either one of them had a beef dish.
No, they eat pretty well, and also I have to tell you, at this Welk Resort, they have a restaurant there called the W, and a lot of people may get that confused with something maybe that Marriott puts out, because they have the W Hotel. This is a totally different restaurant. This has actual food stations with stainless steel kind of countersunk serving platters. And you can go into, at the Welk Resort, the W, and if there is a spoon available, ladies and gentlemen, you can, and some people, and again, that's why they have the guards there at the guard gate. There has been a problem with spoons in the past, Seniors sometimes will forget and just pocket things. If there's a spoon available, some very good soft items. There's ground beef that is not into the patty. There is meatloaf, I believe, and many overcooked pasta items. The key is overcooked. And no, I don't know. I didn't go. There is a W restaurant, but I didn't go there. I'm sure it's a fine place. And I believe the Lennon sisters also double as waitresses there, too, picking up a few bucks.
And
yes,
again, we don't want any of our listeners heading down to the Welk Resort in Escondido thinking they're looking for a W hotel. It is not the W hotel.
You can't get in, ladies and gentlemen, unless you have made previous reservations. There are guards. You don't want to know what goes on the other side of that gate. There are guards, and it is a full golf course. I believe they I've not heard of this before, but have you heard of guards, the golf courses where they have like 20-foot holes that you can play over there? Kind of a miniature golf course, so to speak, but for some of the seniors, they can work up a pretty good appetite. I suggest when you first start out, just play 9. You don't want to go the full 18. That's a walk.
Talk about a pretty good appetite.
Some good black and white televisions in the room also. Yes, Paul. Newer models, I believe they're Hoffman Easy Visions.
Ever since I've been under the weather this time around, I've been thinking of trying to find foods that appeal to me. And I remembered from my childhood a brand cookie that unfortunately I cannot find at the stores anymore. And I don't know.
Is that the one called Oreo?
I don't know if you're familiar with I guess it was called the Pogen brand.
Oh, the Pogens. Those were delicious. And I believe they have those at the Welk Village if you want to get those, because that
I've been looking for the Gingersnaps.
Cal Worthington, who you have for many years in Southern California, and you heard him nationally because Johnny Carson used to talk about on the Tonight Show. When you come in for a test drive, he used to have, and I believe he probably put a demand on the marketplace, he used to give you a package of Pogens cookies. Are those the ones that have the kind of the granola, the crust around them, and then someone's put their big thumb in the center, and then they threw in like jelly or something in there?
That was the raspberry Pogen. They had the Florentine, and they also had the Ginger Snap that was shaped, I think, predominantly like animals.
And they were done in the day prior to, I think, food safety concerns where people did not have gloves on when they were poking the holes in them. So every once in a while you get something from a fingernail or something in there, but it added to the fun.
According to some sources on the internet, Nabisco bought out the Pogen company
Uh-oh.
to eliminate the competition that had a better product.
There was, I think they sponsored some people in sports or whatever. I believe they used to have a wrestler called Hulk Pogen.
I really
Was
used
that
to.
the guy? I think he used to wrestle for the WWF back in many years. And went up against the Ultimate Warrior, and I believe Pogen won.
I know. I particularly used to enjoy the Pogans that had the jam in the middle.
Yeah, and you can make them yourself, ladies and gentlemen. If you have an old cookie that you kind of, and this is a recipe. We don't like to do recipes on the show, but it is Valentine's Day. So if I could, if you just, please allow me, you take an old sort of a granola cookie, hollow it out in the center if you can. Carefully, this is the tough part of the recipe. You don't want to crack the cookie. And then go into the refrigerator and get some old Knott's Berry Farm jelly or jam or something and jam it in the hole. Serves one. Quite good. Good with coffee, by the way. You can have, like our chef, you can put those chocolate coins in there, or you can suck on that Pogen for a couple of days, ladies and gentlemen, if you use the proper aged cookie.
I think they used to come in like an elongated box covered by cellophane.
Yeah, and if you want to put them in cellophane, you want to get a baggie out and stick them in there, then it kind of brings back memories for you. Get some old cardboard in there and put it on the bottom and then wrap it up in a baggie. I guess the chef didn't show up from Charlie Palmer's restaurant. I think we did a good job filling the segment. We'll be back on CRN.
Hi, I'm Howard Dvorkin, the founder of Consolidated Credit.